friends, how have you been? I've been pretty shitty. Last video I mentioned not being okay mentally because of everything that happened while I was in the hospital, and especially because I lost an entire leg. This video I am going to elaborate on that. When I was in the hospital, I bled out and my heart stopped. This is the time when most people say they see something like a bright light leading them to heaven, or their life flashing before their eyes, or something like that. I didn't see anything, or at least when I woke up after the doctors brought me back, I couldn't remember seeing anything. But then shortly after, I had a dream that felt an awful lot like a memory. I was dead and I was in a place sort of like outer space, but without the stars. Without anything, really. It was just darkness going on and on and on, forever, pressing down on me, filling me with this feeling of dread, I guess? That's not the right word, but I can't think of a better one. And I was all alone in the entire universe. A few weeks ago, I started feeling this feeling while I was awake, and it was all the time. The darkness, the dread, I called it, was unlike anything I had ever felt before. It was unlike and even worse than depression. It was horrifying. It was so bad that I actually got a therapist because of it. At first I thought that I was just scared that this is what actually happens when you die, that you go to that place. But that's not what I really believed, but the possibility still haunted me. For the first time in my life, I became scared of death, in spite of its inevitability. But that's not right. I'm not feeling this feeling because I'm scared of death. I've actually stopped fixating on death for the most part, so it has to be something else. I just wish I knew what so I could fix it. My therapist gives me activities to keep me busy, to distract me from this feeling, but it doesn't work. Even when my mind is focused on something else, the darkness is still there, underneath everything. She says it should go away with time, but I'm not sure if it will, and even if it does, waiting is agonizing. I talked to my mother and my best friend about it, but nothing they say or do to comfort me has ever worked. Even when we're cuddled up next to each other, I still feel the darkness. The darkness is almost indescribable. I've had trouble describing it to my friends, my therapist, and I'm having trouble describing it for you, but I'll give it one last try. It's the feeling you get when you're having a nightmare. It's irrational. It's not really fear of something, it's just fear. And no one can go into your nightmares with you. You're all alone. It seems like no one can help you or even truly understand. Maybe it's because of the pain. Can pain do that to people? I mean, it's true that I'm in constant pain. It's always there even when I'm focusing on something else, much like the darkness, that I still don't know. Anyway, that's where my mind is at right now. This channel is like my journal, and that's why I've chosen to share it with you. I'm not expecting any of you to be able to help me, although if you do have advice, please leave it in the comments. Peace.